Are you listening?
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of The Floor is Lava, the game that has been played by thousands of players online and is taking YouTube by storm. My name is Brian Chappelle, and if it's your first time here, welcome to the show. The rules are pretty simple. You see that sea of reddish yellow molten rock down there? Don't touch it. Each contestant will awaken in their room to extremely hot, extremely dangerous lava. They then must traverse the city by any means necessary and make their way to the evacuation zone without falling into the lava. Last week, 3 contestants came and 1 left alive, crowned our lava champion, but this week, 3 new contestants have arrived, ready to make their claim at becoming this week's champion. However, before we introduce you to this week's contestants, we need to toss it down to our field correspondent, Dirk Durkinson, who is currently in the Lava Dome. Thank you, Brian. We're down here in the Lava Dome, ready for some action-packed lava jumping entertainment, and, excuse me. It's getting real hot down here. Well, that makes a ton of sense, Dirk, because that lava's over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Woo! That's really hot! Say, any chance you could send some water down here? No can do, Dirk. We are currently live on YouTube. Can't really leave my spot up here. Okay, that's fine. I'll be alright. You know, Brian, there's a really weird pungent smell down here. Well, that's the sulfur, Dirk. In fact, our contestants not only have to worry about that blistering heat, but they need to pay close attention to the toxic fumes coming from the lava. Toxic fumes? Am I gonna be okay breathing all this stuff in? Sorry to cut you short, Dirk, but I'm being told that we need to get the show moving. We'll be back to check in with you shortly. Well, the contestants are ready, the lava is primed, glory and fame awaits you at the finish line, but don't forget, the floor is lava. Our first contestant is Zachary Adams from Bay City, Texas. Zachary is a freelance screenwriter who dreams of adapting his favorite novel into a movie. Let's see if Zachary is ready to write the perfect ending to become tonight's lava champion. Now remember folks, the timer will begin as soon as Zachary's feet touch the desk. Zachary playing it safe, going to the nightstand. Interesting choice! And oh my god! Zachary misjudges the distance between the nightstand and the desk, falling victim to the lava. Very hard lesson to learn this early in the game. The timer hadn't even started yet. Oh, you hate to see that happen. Well, it looks like the only screenplay Zachary will be writing is titled Ouch! The Floor is Lava. Up next, we have Rebecca Rose from Tempe, Arizona. Rebecca is a hairstylist who is ready to prove that they can make the cut and find their way to the finish line. Now remember folks, the timer will begin as soon as Rebecca's feet touch the desk, and we're off! Rebecca has escaped the room and she is now in the ventilation system, slowly walking through the ventilation system and now entering the garage. Rebecca must now jump from the ventilation system to the car, to the Jeep, to the shelf, and make their way to the street. Rebecca seems to be backing up here and instead of jumping, falls to the first car, now is ready to make the leap to the second car, and they've done it. Getting ready for the shelving system, and Rebecca made it to the shelves 30 seconds in. If Rebecca wants to beat the world record of 1 minute and 6 seconds, she's gonna have to turn the engines on and move a lot faster. Rebecca looking at the dead end of the alleyway, trying to find a way to an escape. However, she needs to hurry up and realize she needs to jump from the scaffolding to the rock in order to make it to the Arcade of Awesomeness. Rebecca seems to realize what she needs to do, looking at the lava. And yeah, we can make fun of her for that, but at the end of the day, it looks like it works. Rebecca made it to the rock, now needs to make the leap from the rock to the car, and Rebecca's done it. Rebecca is now about to enter the Arcade of Awesomeness. She has 2 choices. Walk through the arcade safely or go across the lava cabinets. Rebecca seems to take the safe route, but once again, going slowly. We have passed the world record time, so Rebecca is not in any way form going to beat the world record. But it should be pointed out, if Rebecca is only looking for a win, that's possible. She could completely take her time, walk slowly, make it to the finish line, and get a win. and as long as the next contestant doesn't beat her time, she will be tonight's lava champion. Rebecca jumps from the rock onto the wall, once again taking her time. God, by the time she makes it to the finish line, it's going to be lunchtime. Can you mind handing me that menu over there? Let's see. Rebecca walking past the rock with the scaffolding, completely ignoring where she needs to go. Someone needs to talk to her. Yeah, I would like a water with a lime, and Cobb salad sounds good. Maybe a cinnamon roll on the side. And do you have any like M&Ms? You do? Okay, I'll take some M&Ms. Thank you. Alright, Rebecca seems to be realizing the mistake that she's made. Hopefully heading back to the rock so she can make it to the scaffolding and approach the apartment. Rebecca, you know, I gotta say, I've never seen anyone take the course so cautiously and so slow. But Rebecca, if it works, she might have a new style. Everyone might take this technique next week. Rebecca is approaching the third corner of the courtyard. Let's see if she notices the rock and the scaffolding this time. Rebecca, 2 feet away. And Rebecca... Oh my god! Rebecca walks right past the rock and the scaffolding, completely unaware of their existence, and is returning to the beginning near the Arcade of Awesomeness. Rebecca clearly at this point needs to realize that she's made a massive mistake. What will she do now? Rebecca makes a jump and oh my god, Rebecca falls into the lava! It looks like Rebecca was jumping from one wall to the other to try to, I don't know, walk around the courtyard for another 5 minutes. That looked as painful as the last 3 minutes of this race was. Let's check in with our field correspondent Dirk Durkinson to see if that was as painful for him as it was for us. Yeah, Brian, at times I didn't know what was really going on. You know, watching Rebecca try to go through the course reminded me of watching 3 cats fight over a mouse inside of a trash can. You know, Rebecca right here walking right past the gigantic yellow arrow, and then moments later walking past the same arrow, not paying attention at all. Yeah, unfortunately, we will never know what was going through Rebecca's mind towards the end of the race, but we do know where her mind landed. On the floor, which is lava. And our final contestant is Richard Edwards, a professional poker player from Las Vegas, Nevada. Richard is ready to go all in and prove that Lady Luck is on his side tonight. Now the timer will begin as soon as Richard's feet touch the desk, and we're off! Richard is climbing through the ventilation system, jumping down to the car, jumping to the Jeep, onto the shelves, and he is already outside of the garage. Richard jumps from the scaffolding onto the Jeep into the Arcade of Awesomeness, under 15 seconds, moving into the courtyard. Richard is not making the same mistake that Rebecca did, already moving up the scaffolding into the apartment complex. Richard has a massive jump, and he makes it, moving into the lava pods. Richard is jumping from lava pod to lava pod, making his way to the evacuation zone. We just hit 30 seconds. Richard is making fantastic time here. Richard's coming up to the checkpoint, makes it to the stairs, onto phase 1, clears phase 1, moving into phase 2, moving into phase 3. We are under 50 seconds, and Richard is moving on to phase 4, coming close to the finish line. Richard has 4 steps, 2 steps. Richard makes it to the finish line with 54 seconds. That is a brand new record, and we have crowned this week's lava champion in the form of Richard Edwards of Las Vegas, Nevada. Congratulations, Richard. You have proven that you do not fear the floor or the fact that it's made of lava. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this week's show. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to come back next week. And don't forget, if you think you can beat Richard's time, you can do it by downloading Stadia, jumping into Crayta, and playing The Floor is Lava for yourself. Until next week, you've been a fantastic audience, and don't forget, watch your step, because the floor is lava! Thanks again for checking out our channel. If you like what you saw and you want to see more content just like it, definitely subscribe and check out all of our other videos. If you don't, well, the internet's going to explode. That's right, you heard it here first. If you don't click that subscribe button, the internet will implode.